I'm finishing up my little ruck walk here. I thought I'd get on and make a little video. And that just really brings me into the point that I'm going to make or want to talk about this video is like, you got to find out what works for you with what you're trying to do. And I am applying that right now to this channel actually. And you probably noticed that, I don't spend a ton of time like on my edits. I don't have a fancy channel by any means. And, I don't have the best thumbnails or anything. And I don't have, I post shorts fairly consistently, pretty consistently, but my long form videos, I just don't post them, every day. I don't. And the reason I'm going to get into about that is like, for me, I got a full-time job yet, and I actually work a couple different types of things that I'm doing, and it takes up a lot of my time. And and I got family, I got to take care of and help out, and I just have a lot of things going on that takes up a lot of time. So I'm not like one of those fancy fitness influencers, and I don't want to talk bad about them because I love them. Like, don't get me wrong, those guys motivate the heck out of me, and I love watching like good content creators and stuff. Like some of them big name ones, like, heck yeah, they're extremely entertaining, and they're part of the huge reason why I got into fitness. So I don't want to talk bad about them, but I just trying to make the point, like, I understand that I am not that, okay? I understand my videos are not super clean. They're not fancy. They're not edited smooth. They're probably not that entertaining. But I just hope that they have some form of content that help some of you. I mean, if I help one person, this video is worth it. That is literally what I believe and why I'm doing it. Because I think there isn't a lot of content creators out there who are showing a lifestyle that is doable for a person who works a 9 to 5. There's a lot of them that have solutions and tips that are great, and I've used those. But there's not a lot of them that actively do this. And don't get me wrong, if this channel blew up and I was capable of, producing income from either this channel or a different form or something, and I had more time, I would completely, explore that route. But that's just not what's true for me right now. And so I want to kind of document this point in my life and my journey right now, because this is where I think a lot of people are. They don't have, as much time. They can't work out any time of the day. They got before work or after work. And sometimes they have less than that because they got family and other things like what I was just mentioning. So that's really why I'm doing this channel. And I've seen some people, reach out already, and with my Instagram and stuff, and just having just since the first person who ever reached out to me, I see where they started, and it was similar weight to me. And I see where they are now, and I'm like, man, if I can just do that for one more person, I got to keep making content. I got to keep sharing. I got to keep motivating people. And I understand my channel won't be for everybody because it's not going to be one of those, super entertaining YouTube channels, at least not right now. But I do believe I have a lifestyle that a lot of you can adapt, and it can be doable for you. And so getting in my point, like what I did for fitness is, yes, I started a full-time job. I started when I was in college, ended college, and I worked it around then after I was done with my football career. But then after I'd lost probably about 30 of the pounds, I had another 30 to go, at least, if not 40, probably about 40 actually. And I started working full-time job. And then I started to figure out, like, okay, this is what most people have to adhere to, like when they're trying to do this. So I need to figure out how to adapt this into that style or that kind of lifestyle. And that's what I did. And so for me, at the time, I could get up at 5, go get my workout in, and I had to be to work by 7 o'clock. So I'd work out, lift for an hour, or sometimes walk. And then I would do the other thing for an hour, either walk or lift after work when I got off at 3. And I understand some people work longer than that. And right now, I'm actually working longer than that. But at that time, that was what my job was. I also understand that some of you have kids, which I do not currently. And I understand that that is another factor. And I hope to share like my knowledge on that when the time comes. If the time comes, God willing, that is. But yeah, right now, like I'm just sharing like with what I do currently. There's a lot of people my age that, you know, I think they have more time than they realize. And, you know, I have a couple jobs, a couple things, like I said, I'm doing now, and I still find time to get my fitness in. And it's just a priority, and you have to start small. Like I said, I like to talk about just start with a walk and go from there. And you can learn to either meal prep or tracking your macros. I love to do because you can basically eat whatever you want, whatever food, as long as you can make it fit your macros. And it's very easy to be adaptable throughout the day, different days. And then you just, you know, remain consistent with that as much as you can. In the weekends, just make better choices, and you just kind of build and start habit stacking to get better and better. So I guess that is kind of how I started in my fitness journey, and you know how I learned to adapt and add that thing. And I found out what worked for my current situation, right? At that point, I was done at 3 and I could get extra working out. Like if I missed a workout in the morning, occasionally it did happen, I could get a walk and a lift in after work because I had enough time at that point. Now I couldn't do that. Like I got other things going on. I don't have time to, I don't have like just a random 2 hours a day. I got other things, other people I got to help, things like that. So right now that doesn't work for me. So for my situation now, I have to get one of them in the morning. I have to. And, you know, sometimes I might have my lift or my other workout might just have to be a quick, you know, like HIIT type workout instead of getting a, you know, full on lifting session in like I might have otherwise. So I have to adapt just like any of you. And what I'm doing with this YouTube channel is exactly that too. I am finding the time that works for me, finding out how it works for me, and I don't have time to do a lot of video editing. So I'm doing what I can to make it tolerable for you guys. And then I'm just trying to share and show that I am adapting this into my life like I know you can fitness. So that's really the main point I wanted to make. I just wanted to hop on here while I'm going on this ruck. You guys can do it. Start out small. Start out with just getting, you know, 10-minute walk in the morning. Start super small. You can do it. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. God bless. Go get it done.